Last video, I promised you the one number that quietly controls almost everything about your long leap, the foundation this whole strategy is built on, and a simple rule for getting it right. Here's the number. It's called delta, and for your long leap, you want it up around 80. That's the rule. But here's what almost nobody tells you. Most people think they know why you want a delta that high, and they only know half of it. The half everyone talks about will save you money. The half nobody talks about is the one that saves you when a trade goes against you right after you put it on. By the end of this video, you'll understand both, and you'll be able to pick your long leap with confidence in about a minute. Quick reminder of how the machine is built, because it's the whole reason this number matters. The dynamic poor man's covered call is a two-engine machine. The boat is your long leap, a long-dated call option that stands in for owning the shares. The net is the weekly call you sell on top of it, and the premium it brings in finances your paycheck. But everything the net earns sits on top of the boat underneath it. If that boat is unsound, it doesn't matter how well you sell the weekly calls. The foundation eventually gives way. So the real question of this video is simple. How solid is your boat? And it turns out one number, delta, answers it. So what is delta? In plain English, delta tells you how much your option moves when the asset moves, on a scale from 0 to 100. A delta of 80 means that for every $1 SPY moves, your long leap gains or loses about 80 cents. A delta of 50 moves about 50 cents on the dollar, and a share of the stock itself sits at 100. It moves the full dollar by definition. So picture delta as a dial from 0 to 100, and here's the connection that trips people up. A high delta comes from buying deep in the money, a strike well below today's price. Deep and high point the same direction. Turn the dial up, go deeper, and you own something that tracks the market almost perfectly. Leave it low, and you own something that barely follows along. So here's the rule for the sticky note. The books and the pros will tell you to buy your long leap somewhere between 80 and 90 delta. Our recommendation is simpler and more specific. Aim for 80. Deep in the money at the efficient end of that range. Why not push the dial all the way to 100 and just buy the shares? Because you don't need to. At 80 delta, you capture almost all of the stock's movement while tying up a fraction of the cash. And why not go the other way, to a cheap, low delta option that costs almost nothing? Hold that thought. That's the mistake that quietly wrecks people, and it's coming up. As for why we land on 80 and not 90, by the end you'll see exactly what that choice is balancing. Let's start with the reason everybody already knows: capital efficiency. At today's price, around $750 a share, 100 shares of SPY ties up about $75,000. An 80 delta long leap gives you roughly 80% of that same movement for about $20,000, a little over a quarter of the money. Same market, most of the participation, a fraction of the capital. And that freed up cash is exactly what makes this a retiree strategy instead of a rich person strategy. You control the index without locking up your whole nest egg. This is the reason you'll hear in every book and every video, and it's completely true, but it's the smaller reason. Here's the part almost nobody explains, and it's the more important one. I said at the top that delta controls almost everything. Here's what I meant. It doesn't just set how much you pay, it controls whether your boat survives when the trade goes against you. Because no matter how good your timing is, sometimes you'll put a position on and the market will drop on you initially. That's just trading. It's not a mistake, and with a solid asset, it's usually temporary. But what happens to your foundation in that moment depends entirely on the delta you chose. Picture the two extremes. A deep 80 delta long leap is made almost entirely of real intrinsic value, a solid boat. If the market falls initially, it loses value, yes, but less than the shares would, and it holds its shape. You can ride it out while the premium you keep collecting works that dip off over time. Now picture the cheap alternative, a low delta option far out of the money. It looks like a bargain, it costs almost nothing, but it's a thin wood boat built almost entirely of hope and time premium, not real value. Let the market drop initially, and that option doesn't just dip, it can lose most of its value fast, riding on a big move that may never come. Same strategy, same asset, same bad week, but one foundation rides it out and the other one sinks. Now, let me show you this with real numbers. A live SPY leap about 14 months out. Look at three choices. A 70 delta call. You pay about $14,000 and roughly $5,400 of that is time premium, the part that slowly decays away. That's nearly 40% of your cost, sitting in melting ice. Step deeper to 80 delta, about $20,000, but now only around $3,900 is time premium, just under 20%. Deeper still, 90 delta, about $32,000, and just $2,000 of that is time premium, 6%. See the pattern? The deeper you go, the less of your money is exposed to decay. The shallow option isn't cheaper in the way that matters. It's cheaper because more of it is melting. This is why going deep protects you twice. A stronger boat and almost nothing bleeding away to decay. So how do you actually find it? It takes about 30 seconds. Here's the real screen, simplified down to what matters. Pull up the option chain for SPY or QQQ and go out in time, at least a year, so your boat has plenty of runway underneath it. Now find the strike and read the delta beside it. Run your finger down the in-the-money calls until delta reads right around 80, right about here. That's your long leap. And the last two columns tell the rest of the story. Intrinsic premium is the real value you're buying, the solid part of the boat. Extrinsic premium is the time value, the part that slowly melts away. Watch what happens as you go deeper and delta climbs. The intrinsic grows and the extrinsic shrinks. That's the whole lesson of this video, sitting right there in two columns. One number to find it, delta. And for this decision, it's the only Greek that matters. So let's tie it together. The one number that controls your long leap is delta. And the rule is simple. Aim for 80. Now you know both reasons why you go deep. The reason everyone talks about, capital efficiency. Most of the market's movement for a fraction of the cash. And the reason that actually protects you, survival. A deep option is a solid boat of real value that holds its shape when a trade goes against you and barely costs you a thing in decay. So why 80 and not 90? Because 80 is the balance point. Go higher toward 90 and yes, you get a bit more cushion and a bit less decay. But you pay about $12,000 more and you give up leverage. And that's cash a retiree could keep in reserve. Go lower and it's cheaper with more leverage, but a thin boat that's mostly melting time premium. 80 gives you a genuinely solid boat while keeping the most cash working for you. That's the sweet spot. Now, getting the boat right is the foundation, but even a perfect setup runs into uncomfortable moments. What do you do when you enter well and the market drops on you anyway? What about when the weekly call you sold gets breached and the trade suddenly feels like it's turning against you? Those situations have clear mechanical answers, and walking through them step by step is exactly what a coming video is for. It's the whole difference between reacting in a panic and calmly following a plan. If this one helped, subscribe and hit the bell so the next one reaches you. And if you've got a question, drop it in the comments. I read every single one. Before I go, a reminder of where this fits. Picking the right strike is just one of 4 foundation rules for this strategy. The other 3, how to time your entry, when to cut a loss at 25%, and why you never use more than half your buying power, are all in video 7. If you haven't watched it, start there. The link is on the next screen. And one last note, everything in this video is educational only, not financial advice, and options carry real risk. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.